Hey guys, this is Tyraku here, and this is an easy peasy champion overview on Miscreated Monster. Miscreated Monster is a epic champion in the Knight Revenant category of the faction. He is an HP based champion. His abilities are his A1 attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 15% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn, has a 50% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 1 turn if the stun debuff is placed. A2 is attacks all enemies, has a 50% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn, places a shield buff on all allies for 3 turns equal to 25% of the damage inflicted, also an HP based ability. A3 places a 50% ally protection buff on all allies except this champion for 3 turns, heals this champion by 50% of their max HP, places a 15% continuous heal buff on this champion. And his passive ability places a fear debuff on the attacker for 1 turn whenever an ally is attacked while under an ally protection buff. His aura is increases ally HP in arena by 33%. So first off, I want to go through on whether I think you should invest books into him or not. So looking at his A1, he has this increased buff and debuff chance. A2, he has a cooldown reduction, which is amazing once you get there. And then this one has 2 cooldown reductions. Overall, Miscreated Monster is a legendary quality epic champion, so I would 100% invest books into Miscreated Monster. You're not going to regret doing that whatsoever. He's an excellent champion like we're about to get into and show you. Let me jump into my Miscreated Monster specifically and show you how exactly I'm gearing him and what I believe his stat priority is. So first off, about his stat priority, I'm focused on HP, crit rate to 100%, speed, and then accuracy. The reason why I have accuracy lower on that list is because I have a lot of champions already who do provide crowd control effects, similar to stuns. If you need somebody to provide that crowd control, you may want to take him over 200 accuracy, especially if you're doing high level arenas with him. But let me get into my items. So as you can see here, I have two immortal sets, which give 15% increased HP and then heals by 3% each turn. And then I have a speed set as well. So these are my pieces of gear. Show you this real quick. I have a crit rate on my gloves, HP percent, and HP percent. So my crit rate is right at 100% total for Miscreated Monster. My crit damage is a little bit low. I could definitely do it with a little bit higher crit damage. My Miscreated Monster is fully booked out. Now, my masteries on Miscreated Monster, I'm actually going to post screenshots of 2 different mastery sets I recommend using. One's going to be a defense and support tree, and one's going to be defense and attack tree. So you can check those out and use those where you like. My masteries specifically on Miscreated Monster are geared specifically to the team compositions that I use, so they're not going to be as universal for everybody, but I will show you them in case you're interested in using similar things to me. Now, let's get out of here, and let me show you how well he does in arenas. Alright, so let's jump into arena and see how well Miscreated Monster does. I'm going to go ahead and just select somebody at random. We'll see what kind of damage he does to show you how well he does in arena. Like I said, he has a 33% HP aura, which definitely helps his team live longer. It's overall excellent for arenas. Don't know why I did that ability, that was pointless. But let's go ahead and do this. Let me turn this down to 1x speed so I can show you how much he hits for. You get 10k, 13k, 21,000 damage. So he's hitting his lightning storm, hits for a massive amount, applies a decent sized shield to his team, and that's the overall how well Miscreated Monster does in arena. So I'm gonna let this play out, and I will skip to the result in just a second. Alright, so we just finished that arena match with Miscreated Monster, and you can see over here how much damage he did. He did 150,000 damage, which is way more than anybody else on the team did. And his stats and heals his shield and heals are also insane as well. So that's Miscreated Monster's overview in the arena. Definitely an extremely viable champion to take you obviously pretty far. But let's jump into spiders, which is the other dungeon Miscreated Monster definitely excels in. The reason for that being simply whenever he uses his lightning storm, it creates massive shields on the entire team. And also slow this down once it gets closer to him using his lightning storm to let you see how much the shield apply actually is. Slowing it down to 1% looks a little goofy. I messed that up, but we're not worried about necessarily killing the spider here. I just want to show you how massive his shields are. So as you can see, this almost adds another HP bar to our champions just from his shield. So it's crazy. Miscreated Monster is an amazing champion to add some more survivability to your spiders team. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this battle. but that's an overview on how well he does on spiders. He's good on almost in all of the dungeons. Fire Knight, he may be lacking a little bit, though he does have a 2-hit on his A1 ability, so he can definitely be used in Fire Knight, especially if you're struggling with getting through the waves. Now, jumping into the final thing is the clan boss. Can Miscreated Monster be used in the clan boss? He can be used in the clan boss. You have to go with the War Master Mastery, of course. That gives you that extra damage. You could add a little bit more survivability to your team overall on the clan boss with his ally protection buff. His Lightning Storm and his overall kit is not geared towards a clan boss, but if you're looking for somebody to add a little bit more survivability and get maybe a couple million more damage, the Miscreated Monster could definitely be on your clan boss team as well. Overall, Miscreated Monster is likely one of the best, if not the best, epic champion in the game. He can carry you through a lot of the in-game content. That has been your easy peasy champion overview on Miscreated Monster. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you may do any more easy peasy champion overviews on anybody else, leave it in the comment section below, and I hope you enjoyed the video.